All right. So I hear a lot about how we're seeing less pipeline created from events, less pipeline created from webinars, and those channels aren't necessarily working. So some folks are doubling down on other channels. I believe that if you're still getting webinar attendance, if you're still getting booth scans, if you're still seeing people at events, then you can still make those channels work. And here's how a lot of Sendoso customers are making this happen. So I've created a workflow in HubSpot that is basically looking at a list membership that are member of webinar attendees. I've broken down this group into tier 1 and tier 2 accounts, and I'm going to automate a gift send to those who have attended the event. So if they're tier 2, I am going to do an e-gift, and I am going to do a charitable donation of their choice. So we're going to map to the email address field, save that. Boom. Now anybody who meets this criteria is going to get sent an e-gift from Sendoso. For tier 1, I actually want to do a branded bundle. So I'm going to hop over into Sendoso. I'm creating a build your own box of a webinar follow-up bundle. I'm going to include a handwritten note card. Going to skip the crinkle paper. We're going to do a 20-ounce Yeti mug and then a branded hat. So anybody who attends it that's at a high tier account, we're going to send a Yeti mug and we're going to send a branded hat. All right. On the next step, we are going to choose our packing method. So for this one, I'm good with standard packing. We're going to just pack it in the way that makes sense, but I could, if I wanted to, go ahead and give some custom instructions here. We're going to continue with standard packing. And then this is going to be a triggered send from an integration. I want to require approval, so I'm going to look at the list of people before they actually go through the automation. And I'm going to charge it against the marketing funding source. I don't have any addresses, so I'm going to ask everybody for their addresses when they go through the flow. They're going to have 7 days to give it. On the next step, we're going to choose HubSpot as our trigger source. This is basically telling us, all right, we're going to do an automation through HubSpot. This is how it's going to work. I want to be notified when the triggers actually occur, so I'm going to set that up here. I am not going to map this to a Salesforce campaign because I'm already running it through a HubSpot program. And I'm going to finish this last step. All right, cool. So back in the HubSpot workflow, I'm going to go back in here, look at my tier 1 accounts. So I apply a physical gift. I've got this webinar follow-up bundle right here. I choose that. And since Sendoso is going to do the address collection, I don't really need to input any of this information aside from the actual email. So with this, I've basically created a flow where anybody who attends my webinar is going to be classified by their account tier, and then we're going to send them a variety of gifts depending on which tier they actually fit into. This can be accomplished with HubSpot, Marketo, Eloqua, basically any marketing automation platform, but a lot of our customers are having success using this kind of strategy.